Hi guys, my name is Megan. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, hey, thanks for clicking on this video and taking a check out on what I've got to share today. And if you are new and want to consider subscribing, I do think you'll like my channel. I have a lot of different types of variety of things ways that I save money, cut corners when it comes to house and living and lifestyle. And then just sharing along my journey and how I do that. And the last few videos I did quite a few thrift hauls and just trying to get some items for my home and decorating my home. I've been in my home now for 3 years. And this was the first time I've bought in quite some time. And so I actually bought during a time we were hitting the pandemic, and so life just changed, living lifestyle changed, and now even ways to save money has changed a slight different, way as well. And so I'm navigating through this. I'm sure you all are navigating through this, which is maybe why you considered clicking on this video and taking a look at it. If you are returning, thanks for coming along and hanging in there. I would like to get to a goal to where I can start sharing once a week. And right now that is difficult because I am a single full-time working mom, and I have 3 kiddos. And it's just difficult right now for me to get videos uploaded. I start the videos, but it just takes me time to get to the point where I can start editing them. In today's video, I have promised in prior videos that I would get this video out. I am doing a flip with an Armoire that's been sitting in my garage since the time that I moved into this house. It was in my prior home for probably about 3 to 6 months. The Armoire came from my old neighbor. She was getting rid of it and just had gone to all flat screen TVs. The Armoire had a TV built specifically for that TV, and whomever hand built that Armoire for her, because she had the TV that she wanted built into this Armoire, the guy built it with very good quality. I think it was cedar wood. He used wood joints to join the Armoire together. It had like a little rotating TV thing so the TV could rotate in there. But at any rate, I knew I wasn't going to be able to sell it on Facebook or get rid of it in like a garage sale or anything like that, or even put it on the curb, because the thing was so stinking heavy. It was rough even just for 2 guys carrying it over to my old house, and then trying to get it moved over here was difficult too. And when I bought this house, and the guys that helped me move into this house. So like I had said, it had been sitting in my garage for 3 years now. Over 3 years, and I did get a new cabinet, for a really tall cabinet for my garage for storage purposes, because there wasn't and still isn't a whole lot of storage options for me, and I do a lot of crafts and things like that and have a lot of just kid stuff, and so I just need to start building on my storage options for my garage, and needed to get that Armoire out of my garage. I do only have a 1-car garage, so things were getting really tight, and I also just kept finding a lot of like free stuff on the curb of projects that I want to get underway as well, and so my garage just kept filling up with all this stuff, and so I'm like, I just need to get rid of it. Or figure out something to do with it. And so I took the Armoire and I'm building it into a hall tree in my front entryway closet. When I bought the home, I will try to share a previous video or a previous snapshot of what the closet looked like when you walked into the house. but I'm not sure I'll be able to find that. But I did take some before and after shots through the progress as well. I did want to make this only one video, but it's going to be a 2-part video just because, like I said, I'm a full-time mom, working mom, so life just gets busy and it's hard to get things going just with my schedule right now. And so I did have my daughter's boyfriend help build this out. It's still in the works. But at any rate, so when you walk into my house, was just like a closet with a closet door. And so when you open the door, you swing it open, going inwards, obviously. But like if the closet door was open, they would bump into each other. Kind of like sometimes like in a small kitchen where you have cupboards, you know, in some houses where they just kind of like hit each other, or like the dishwasher door and the cupboard door, like if one's open, they collide. And so I immediately got rid of that door and got rid of that and dumped it. And so because it did have some I don't know, like some chipping away at the bottom, because I don't know what type of door it was, but it's like a 60s, 70s style door, and it just, I don't know. Anyway, it was old and not something that would be like refurbishable. And so at any rate, I dumped that. And so I've been living with just the open kind of concept of the closet, and it had hooks so I could hang coats and stuff. And then I got like a little basket at one point, put like the shoes in the basket. And then my older son made a, like a big bench with a little storage underneath in his shop class at school. And so I was using that for a while. And so when I got to this point of needing to get rid of this armoire, my mind just was like, oh, I could use this as a hall tree in my closet, and have, when you walk into my home, that be the first kind of thing that you see, instead of just a open mess of a closet or a closet door. And so I'm working on that. I will share in this video where I'm at in the progress and where I'm at in the process. And I think that will probably be done here in a couple of weeks. But I'm kind of stuck because I don't know. It's a difficult project when you're kind of picky. Anyway, so I don't know if I want to put like a shelf on top, or if I want to put like extra little like mail slots, homework slots on the top, like a little storage bin. I'm not really sure, but I do have quite a bit of extra wood left over, so I'm just kind of sitting on it for a second before I finish this out. I was gonna leave the wood, just completely wood, and kind of maybe gel stain it, or sand it down and restain it, but I think I'm gonna paint it. I hate to paint wood, but in this scenario, I think it's going to be the best option, just because of like where we're at and putting it back together, and some of like the things we have to add, like the trim and stuff like that. You'll kind of see as you'll understand as well. But at any rate, I'm just kind of at a stopping point, and which is why I'm also making it a 2-part little series. And so I hope that you stick around and hang out, check out where I'm at in this haul tree process. So far, right now, it's cost me $0. So, exception that I couldn't find my wood glue, and so we had to buy wood glue. But the wood glue that I had on hand was from a place called Under the Sink, where I get basically anything that you can find underneath your sink, or basically like chemical wise, that like paints and stuff like that you can find at this place in my area called Under the Sink. At any rate, so I had to buy wood glue. So the cost of that, at any rate, I'm so happy that I was able to, you know, be creative and think kind of outside the box and be able to get this done, because I'm really liking where it's going, and I'm really happy that my creative mind thought of something like this, and something that could be low cost and save another thing from going to the landfill. So at any rate, let's go ahead and check out this haul tree. So here is where we're at before I started kind of deconstructing everything. The closet was just a mess all the time, just dumping ground and stuff like that. Here's kind of like the idea I found on Pinterest to work with my daughter's boyfriend, so we could be kind of on the same page of like what I was where my goal was to get this haul tree looking like. And so I'm just going to take you along this journey with me, taking apart this whole closet area and just kind of bringing it down to where we needed it to be at, taking off all of the trim, taking out the shelf, taking out the hooks for all of the coats that I had in there, taking out the trim on the inside of the closet and getting that all cleaned up in that area, getting the wall kind of washed down and stuff, and then just taking off any of the wood. And then I did end up priming where the wood was at that held the hooks, right there where the shelf is as well, the wood that's essentially holding the shelf up. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of have this be a chill, come along with me kind of thing, and then I'll come back at you here in a little bit. I know I probably made some of these suggestions before, but if you are working on home projects yourself and just trying to get things done on your own and you have a really busy schedule, just be patient with the process, and your house is going to be messy for a while, and things are going to be in shambles for a while, and you'll have to kind of live in the working space, but just find peace and grace in the process, and know that it is temporary, and that the project will eventually be done, but also setting goals for yourself or for people that might be helping you out, and making sure that little bits at a time are tackled away, knowing that you're not going to be able to get it done right away, but having those 15, 20-minute, 1 hour at a time intervals of doing the process, and having a good stopping point as well, so that when you are working on it next time, you're at a new point of the process, and that is just really the suggestion I have, that if you are trying to do things for yourself and save a little bit of money instead of hiring out contractors to do things, that you just have to really find, again, grace and patience, and know that it is just going to be a temporary thing that will eventually be nice, and the space will be clean again and refreshed, and you'll love it at the end. And so that's what I have. So now I'm at a point where I've gotten all of this stuff cleaned up and ready to go. And my daughter's boyfriend was kind of playing around with the space and trying to get a solid foundation built for this hall tree. And as you can see, this is a clip-it of where this process started. And it was a 4-drawer armoire, and I wish I had the previous pictures. I will try to find one before I get this uploaded, and I'm hoping I found it. But you could see here where there was 4 drawers, and he cut the shelf off in that open space. But the drawers are so nice. They slide open really easily. They're really long, go all the way back to the back. And he made a suggestion to cut this shelf off on the right side instead of keeping the shelf in there, so that tall boots can go into that space, or a tall basket of some sort. So you can see here, toddler boots would have essentially fit underneath in the shelf if the shelf was still in there. But I wanted to go off the idea he had. We had to build some trim pieces and use some of the wood to build trim pieces for the back to make it stable on the top. And we'll have to put some trim on the outside here, where I'm touching there, and then put a little trim piece at the bottom where the corners were meeting up, so that it's not so unput together, I guess I should say. But we had to put a trim piece there next to the drawers, and we will have to build this out, where the armoire, the TV sat. We'll have to build those walls back up in here. We did have to cut down a little bit, but the length was exactly perfectly fitting in there, so we didn't have to cut any length off. We didn't have to cut the drawers down, nothing like that. So lengthwise, everything fit completely perfect. So again, those shelves go all the way back. But what's nice is this hall tree will fit kind of perfectly after I've taken out all of this, and we have to kind of put some stuff behind these walls. I'll kind of show you here a clip-it just so it's better visible instead of me trying to walk it out here. But essentially it will all kind of fit in there just as the old shelf was in here, height-wise. And so I don't know, at the end of the day, everything will just kind of fit in there like it was supposed to be in there, which is amazing that it kind of worked out like that, and that we were able to cut it down. But we had the 2x4s behind these walls put in, so that way they would be kind of flush again with that area. And I used wood filler here in all of the nail holes and places where it needed cleaned up a little bit. But this is where we're at. I'm at a stopping point now, and we'll be able to share with you in part 2. All right, everybody, I hope you liked this video, and if you are new, please again consider subscribing to this channel, as I do think you'll like some of this content. And if you want to check out some of my older videos, I will link some of them down below. And thanks again for coming along with me through this journey in my life. I hope you have a good one. Bye.